shooting while I was trying to talk. And I said, "Run down and back." And he was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." Like I was like gonna spank him. I was like, "It's a big thing." It's a big thing. And he came back and his eyes just had like big tears, and I was like, "You're fine. Stop. It's over."
If you fuss at him, you think he done got over it or something. Because people,
That's the thing. He was like, I shouldn't have shot it. I was like, "It's fine now. You're not gonna do it again. It's fine."
no, never.
I just need to write this down. And I forgot to get this now.
Do I talk to a few?
Then you can discipline the second borns all you want. It doesn't do any good.
We're online.
Very much.
And he says,
All right, number 1, call to order, roll call, and establish quorum.
Megan? Here. Brittany?
Here.
Justin? Here. Leon?
Here.
Ashley? Here. Renee? Here. And Jody?
Here. Number 2, consideration and action on consent agenda. A, minutes from October 4th, 2023, regular meeting.
I make a motion to approve the minutes.
I second. No, there's so many people here.
Who got that second? Okay.
Dibs.
Megan?
Yes.
Courtney?
Yes.
Justin?
yes.
Leon?
Yes.
Ashley?
Yes.
Renee? Yes. And Jody?
Yes.
Number 3, consideration of items removed from the consent agenda. Don't have anything. Number 4, public appearances, petitions, communications, and personal appearances. Under Oklahoma law, the Perkins Parks and Recreation Board, are prohibited from discussing or taking any action on items not on today's agenda. Number 5, consideration and discussion regarding fiscal year 2024 Parks and Rec budget. Trent.
Okay, as of right now, here, I'll cheat. Because it was asked what our budget is, let me find, where am I thinking, there we go. Right now, we still have $15,923.77 in our capital outlay. Everything that I know of has been paid for, including the drainage ditch at Peters Park, the new truck, everything that they had pulled out for that has been covered. I'm also in the process of going through, and D&D is supposed to be coming and removing 7 dead trees from Peters Park. Because I'm tired of picking limbs up every time the wind blows. As far as anything else, our uniforms, find it. I do know we have $2,020 donations for this year so far, since the fiscal year. Sign-up fees, we are, year to date, we got $10,260 so far since July 1 in sign-up fees. We don't have really anything out in advertising. This doesn't have my uniforms on there that I can find. Oh, there they are. Uniforms, we still have we have $3,830 still in the budget for uniforms. And the only thing left we have is baseball and softball. With the uniforms, with the t-ball and soccer and basketball and everything, the $165 shirt sponsors that I'm selling has covered just about everything, including medals. This time around, because there's so many kids playing basketball, that it covered the shirts and about half the medal cost. So, but that's where we're at on our.
We're in the black.
We're in the black.
That's really
Yeah,
good.
we're in the black.
That's what I was wondering.
Okay, yeah.
This, last year at this point, we were not.
Well, but last year at this point, you all were just starting
That's why-
up as well
right.
too.
That's why I was kind of curious.
But as of right now, we are in the
No,
black.
this is big.
This is 2024 as well, right? Okay. We need to really push, and I'm gonna get signs made that has play on it. We want them to vote yes for play. Perkins Library, youth.
Okay.
It's the new voting bill on February 13th. We need to push that. A quarter
It's on the agenda.
Oh, that's at the end?
It's at the end of the agenda.
Oh, never mind. That's it then. I didn't see that. That was 2024 to me.
I was
So.
like, budget, yes.
Yeah, okay. All right, and that's it. That's where we're at on the budget for the rest of this fiscal year, which will start over July 1.
So we'll keep the same budget numbers for next year.
May hopefully get more. That's what I'm hoping.
All right, 6, consideration and discussion regarding fall sports leagues. Trent.
As of right now, there are 88 pre-K to second grade kids playing basketball. I don't know where we were at last year, and I think that's a good number because I got 6 pre-K and kindergarten teams and 4 first and second grade teams.
There was, I think, 4 first and second grade teams last year, so
So
probably.
we're right about the same. But somebody asked what the numbers were, so I text all the coaches because I've already put those forms up in my filing and I didn't want to pull them back out. And I had some late signups that came in that emailed forms. I don't know what team I put them on, so the coaches know who they have.
What about the sign for those basketball goals?
I need to get that out. I have it. I will get that up there this coming week.
I just know that there's some businesses on there that have
Yeah,
kids. So
I need to get that up there. But I do have it. I just gotta put it on
It's like last year, we raised money for those goals, at the elementary
The
gym,
attachment.
like those attachments that
Oh,
lower
okay,
it.
okay.
Yeah.
And when we did that, we told them we'd make a banner and put it up
I gotcha.
every year
Okay.
for as long as we were using them.
If somebody will text me Monday, remind me.
I got you.
Because I have a pre-K games Monday night. That's the only time so I don't ever think about it until I'm walking out of my office like,
You need to be using them for the Tri-County games, or not the Tri-County, but
Oh, yeah.
they're using them.
I don't know, we never did before.
might be
Because they are, like Parks and Rec is who raised the money, so I don't know.
That would
I
be
mean,
good.
it could if but taking it back and forth might be a thing too.
oh, just,
Does Tri-County sign up through Perkins?
no.
That's it.
All right, everybody good with that?
Yes.
All right, 7, consideration, discussion, and possible action regarding a possible league change for the spring sports leagues.
Yeah, that's why everybody's over there. I have asked some of the coaches to come in and talk about the pros and cons of staying with Tri-County or leaving Tri-County. If y'all want to open it up for them so they can voice their opinions, because I don't want to make a decision with only half, because I know the biggest crap's about softball. But I don't know what the baseball complaints are, so I heard a lot of softball complaints. So if anybody wants to open it up, you actually have to invite them.
Okay, we've never done this. Have
You
people-
know, I double checked. You have to open it up for them and you have to recognize them to speak
Individually or as a group, sorry?
individually.
All right, who wants to go first? Mr. McIntyre, would you like to come up and talk?
To come up there?
They have to say their address. That's what you have to do at the city commission meetings.
Address.
Yeah.
You would.
I like it. Aaron McIntyre, mailing address. 35. Our address.
507
East
Miller Estates. Often we use that.
Yeah. I coach 10U baseball for Perkins. This will be the second year. I didn't have a ton of complaints out of the Tri-County League. I didn't think it was overly beneficial that they had each team play double headers every game, but the second games never counted for anything, so that every time we we went and played. There was teams were encouraged to essentially play their good kids the first game and use the second game as filler time. To allow kids to play. There were pros and cons to letting that happen, but I'm pretty competitive, so I like letting both games count and using all of the kids throughout both games. So, and early on, Tri-County had quite a few issues getting their rules nailed down on what they were trying to do, following OK Kids, and they modified some rules but didn't have them well documented. I think they've got that worked out, but that's really the main issues that I saw. So if we change leagues, I would like to make sure that those things are considered going into whatever we are going into. Good document rules and address how they're going to handle suggestions. What clap? Drop it for you, Jim.
All right, Mr. Farmer, you're up.
I'm up.
Turn.
509 Northeast 6th Street. So, being an ex-Perkins, of being away for 23 years, coming back, and this was our first year back, and actually having a shot playing it. I wasn't that happy with it. The reason I'm saying I wasn't that happy with it, I mean, for me, it was kind of beneficial because the team I only had 2 kids that ever played before. I coached 10U and had 2 kids out I think I had 13 kids. So the first part of the season was okay because it allowed me the opportunity, but at the same time, like Aaron said, the first game was always dominated by the other county's best players. So we were all getting beat and getting beat bad. Second game, they didn't care, so we did what we could. But there were several rules in Tri-County that I did not like. Especially once my kids started actually learning how to play the game, like drop third strike, which Aaron and I, we both kind of agreed on that earlier in the year, but as we got further along and we were able to develop our catcher, then I didn't want it. I wanted us to play it. No infield flies. Had a lot of different rules to it that I didn't like. And I made suggestions of where I'd like to see us go. And as far as structure and rule books and stuff like that, you won't get any better. I suggested to Trent about playing U-Trip, USSA, because they've been around for 70, 80 years or more. Some of the coaches are real competitive and they want the opportunity to go on to play in bigger and better tournaments. You have that opportunity with this. You can go play regionals, you can go play state, you can go play sectionals outside of Oklahoma, and you can go to a World Series tournament if you're good enough. So those of us that are very competitive and want to advance and keep moving our kids forward, I just see it as being a better opportunity. Because with U-Trip they can learn, but at the same time they're learning baseball. I'm coaching 10s and 12-year-old kids. I'm not coaching coach pitch. And that's what I felt like our team was coach pitch. Taking too many simple rules away from the game to where the kids actually couldn't learn and really couldn't play. We taught it anyway, but we didn't play by it. So I'd like to see us make a change.
Are we allowed to ask questions? Okay. So was the rules modified, like the modified rules was that an OK Kids thing or a Tri-County thing?
Kids. For the no infield fly and no drop strike 3, that's okay, kids.
Changed.
Yeah,
throughout the
now they've
season.
changed it now.
No, Tri-County played no drop third strike through the season, and then we had to go by the OK
And then
Kids
in the
rule.
tournament, yeah.
Yeah.
Then they made the change. After you-
That's what I was wondering, if that was just how Tri-County did it, or if OK Kids, no matter where you go, like it was, okay.
So, you know, and just, I mean, same thing like with the girls, you know, we just had that 10U girls softball tournament out at the Tribe not long ago. You know, running on drop strike 3. You know, you're taking a player out of the game. That's the way I look at it. So, yeah, you got to, you know, put a monkey back here to chase the ball, and I don't mean to insult anybody, but I'm not saying that, but why not teach them the entire game? You know? So that's why I made this suggestion that I'd like to see us go do something else.
Want to wait to be announced or whatever.
Mr. Hervey, you are at the mic, sir.
1602 East Frontier in Stillwater. There was a lot. I got a lot of phone calls last season from softball coaches, baseball coaches, everybody in Perkins. Not so much as an AU coach, we didn't see very many problems. I mean, there were some towns that we went to with Tri-County that didn't know the rules yet, and we just told them what the rules were, showed them what the rules were, and they went by it. A lot of the 10U stuff was the drop third strike stuff. They were not happy with that rule at all. Softball teams had to drive all the way to Blackwell and Tonkawa. Sometimes only got to play one game and had to drive all the way back. So, Tri-County met Sunday night, I think, and we voted to follow the OK Kids rule book all season long instead of changing some of the rules and then switching it back for the tournament. They voted a team from Ponca City in. They voted Newkirk in. They voted 2 teams from Stillwater, Red Dirt in, 8U and 10U baseball. They voted against letting Guthrie and Cashin and Crescent join. So Trent and I talk almost every day, and we were talking like if softball side doesn't want to break into North and South divisions, so that we don't have to keep driving all over to Blackwell and Tonkawa, it may be in Perkins' best interest to switch to a different league so that that issue at least can be squashed. So, I don't know, maybe a month ago or so, I started trying to look, and I told him to reach out to y'all and try to look for some other place for us to play before we told Tri-County, hey, we're gonna try to look for something else. I wanted to try to do it silently so that they weren't pissed at us when the season started and treat us different because we tried to look somewhere else. So Guthrie is gonna start one with Crescent and Cashin. They have some teams. What was the town? Another one west of them. I don't remember. There's another town out there that is possibly joining that league as well. They want Perkins to try to come play in that league too. Ripley and Glencoe may break away from Tri-County as well and jump into that league, but Ripley and Glencoe aren't going to go unless we go. So, I don't know.
With that,
The baseball side, I didn't see a whole lot of problems other than rules. But we didn't have to drive to Blackwell and Tonkawa.
Yeah, driving to Tonkawa, I mean, even with our team, we struggled going that far, but I don't know anything about other than Guthrie. How is Cashin and Crescent closer than
45 miles from Perkins.
Okay.
It's further than,
It's just, yeah, it's just
I
what is
graduated in
it?
Crescent, and my best friends are from Crescent. It takes me 45 minutes to get to his house. And he's 3 minutes outside of town.
Yeah.
Cashin was a little bit farther, maybe 10 minutes, if that. I think it would be closer, But it's going to be the same kind of struggles we had this season. It's a brand new league, and they're jumping to OK Kids as well. And I've kind of taken everything that we've learned from Tri-County and taken it to that board and said, hey, this is how we need to do this if we're going to do it.
With that being said, that there's been concerns that people from Guthrie do not run it. I recommended that they put a board together.
Yeah.
Because I was at that meeting as well. So they would put a board together, that you'd have a baseball rep and a softball rep from each town that has a team.
It would be structured different than Tri-County. There would not be a president sitting on the board. It would just be a board.
So as far as the rules,
Strict OK Kids.
they would do OK Kids rules, and then tournament-wise, if there is an end-of-season tournament,
So
surely
it'll be structured almost identical to Tri-County.
drop third strike.
Whatever
It's a no-go.
I don't remember what it says now.
It's a no-go and 10U.
Continue is not.
I was just curious because, you know, there was concerns and
But
issues
it won't
about.
change into the tournament. It'll be the same all season.
I have a question. How did you look into the Lincoln County League?
Not yet.
I haven't.
Because we played in the league last year and I actually liked it. We didn't have too many of the same problems as you guys. We didn't do the double headers. We had a lot of games, and I think it was 2 tournaments.
How far do you guys have to travel in that one?
We go to Stroud, Prague, Kearney.
So one of the things that Trent and I also talked about, I mean, just to put it bluntly, the Perkins teams in Tri-County League, we in each division, we had one team at the top and the rest of the teams that Perkins had were at the bottom of the league. So we felt like Tri-County may be even higher competition than what Tri-County was. Tri-County, Lincoln County would have been a little more of a struggle for these teams that kind of already struggled in a not so competitive league, if that makes sense.
That's where I'm at.
Just to put it bluntly, like,
Yeah, I get that, and I actually
Lincoln
like
County's a
it.
stout league.
And it's not as competitive as, I would say it's not as competitive as the USAA league.
Right. There's no
So we're like in
trick leagues
between.
around us.
Your trip league would be SASA.
Yeah.
The tournaments that I'm planning on hosting here next spring are all gonna be ran through the U-Trip rulebook. The OK Kids rulebook for tournaments is tough.
Where I'm at, where I want you all to think about as well, when y'all vote, is we have 1 or 2 teams in each division that's really good. We have 2 or 3 teams that are down here. What's going to be beneficial for us?
Like as a
I don't want these teams down here to end up hating the sport just because they're not where these teams are at just yet. In 2 years, they could flip. I mean, and that's where I'm at. We take them to Lincoln County, and where those 2 or 3 teams just get what they hate, sports. Stay in Tri-County to where they're not going to do a North and South division for softball. As I texted Tori yesterday, and she said only if there's 16 teams in each division. You're not going to get 16 teams in softball right now. So where I have my softball coaches that are upset because of imaginary foul lines, umpires not wearing shoes, the umpire game. Oh, I'm telling you, the softball complaints were, it was crazy.
You heard from me a couple of times.
And that's where I'm at. Where do I draw the line? Do we give this Guthrie thing a try, where they're coming in with the OK Kid rules, but at that time, depending on Guthrie has a softball board and a baseball board, and they don't even work together. No. I mean, so
They're trying to restructure that this week.
yeah. So right now, if they don't come together and work as a cohesive unit,
It won't
all
be until.
baseball fields are going to play on softball fields. Or baseball games will be played on softball fields.
Another thing to think about is if we just drop out of Tri-County at this point, we won't be voted back in. So if we leave Tri-County, we won't be able to go back to it if we don't like whatever else we go.
Right, and that's where I'm at. I mean, and that's why I wanted this on the agenda, so y'all can, with the help with this, because it's crazy. And I understand the gripes about softball. I understand umpires not wearing shoes. I understand the umpire saying, I'm just using an imaginary foul line.
end of season complaints with the tournaments, like
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
umpires that didn't know the rules.
Yeah, and I understand those complaints.
Crazy that week.
Sure.
I mean, we had umpires point blank look at us and say, well, that's how this guy did it, so that's how I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, and I
With that being said, it does not matter where we go. I have asked somebody to put in a umpire. Tracy's volunteered to teach whatever league we're in. Have whoever's going to be their umpires come in, and he's going to train them on rules.
So, I know I sound like a broken record on this, so sorry, because I know you guys have heard me say this before. But I want to make sure we're only talking about softball and baseball and not
That's it.
T-ball.
Softball, baseball.
T-ball stays here.
T-ball stays in Perkins. I have 8 teams in Perkins. No matter where we go, it is 8U and up. No T-ball going anywhere.
No, both leagues have asked us to bring our
I
T-ball
know.
teams.
I saw Guthrie's post that they made last night, and it,
I made her take it down because I didn't want Tri-County to see it and get pissed at.
Because I told her
I saw it before and after, so I was like,
I was like, hey,
it said T-ball, so I just wanted to double check on that.
No, because I told them, she said, when would you know? I said, it'd be Wednesday night. And then Joe called me and said, have you looked at this? I was like, no. And I said, you need to hold her and get that taken down now.
because I didn't want anybody in Tri-County to see it and be pissed at us.
Yeah.
So,
About it.
really, I mean, our drives are a little bit further for Tri-County than the Guthrie one.
Or even the Lincoln County.
I like the double headers personally, one night a week versus a couple nights a week.
The rules in Guthrie, both games count.
if you go Lincoln County, both games count.
Well, Lincoln County just does one, not
Oh,
double
wait.
headers.
Oh, no, I'm sorry, I was.
So
Not Logan, Lincoln.
when we met and when we formed the board for Tri-County, we were trying to form something that was different than SASA. More games, less money. That was the 2 goals that we had for Tri-County. Something that was not SASA, and we wanted more games for either the same amount of money or less money, which was why we did the double headers, still an 8-week season with twice as many games. I did not vote for the second game not counting. I was against it. I hated it.
Both games count this year in Tri-County or just in Guthrie?
Guthrie.
This year in Tri-County, the second game still will not count.
But if you don't play the second game, and your team wins the first game, you forfeit the first game.
Oh, wow.
And you go to that meeting, do you have an opinion at all? One versus the other?
I think as far as traveling, because I coached the AU team this last spring, carpooling, I don't mind, but the length of distance for parents to get there, have to take off, annual leave or take off time from their job and leave here at 4 o'clock to make a 6 o'clock game in Tonkawa or Blackwell, where we can drive straight down 33 and get cash in Guthrie within 30 minutes. 45. I think staying closer, because my complaint was with Joe, not with Joe, but was that none of the Tonkawa teams, none of the Blackwell teams came to Perkins. Scheduled anybody. I think if we segregate ourselves and build a new league with Guthrie, it'll be a positive deal where we can make it work with that board, form that board, and model it to what we want instead of Tri-County has a president, and it's very hard to do things.
She's kind of closed-minded.
I texted her and I said, I need to know, she said if there's not 16 teams in each division, there will not be a north and south.
And I felt that what was on the agenda had already been pre-conversations of what they were gonna agree on. And so when we walked in, it was predetermined that they were gonna.
It's pretty much just a waste of us driving up there.
So, how many teams were in the Tri-County AU bracket in the league last season?
And
So they would have to get 6 more teams out of wherever to make the north and south. Were any of you guys on the 10U side?
I was on 8U, or 10U.
know how many softball teams there were?
Pull up.
I talked to Lynette, and she said they really didn't necessarily have a preference. They did like, they would prefer the game always be on the same night, like every Monday night. Well, not necessarily Monday. I think that Guthrie thing said Tuesday for AU. Like, kind of to stick with that.
Right.
They would like that better than sometimes a Monday, sometimes Tuesday, sometimes a Thursday.
Yeah.
I think Tri-County is gonna try to do the same thing.
Can you softball?
Especially if you have more than one child
Have to get 6.
playing it, it's nice to be able to.
So, and that's really the main thing that Lynette said is they would prefer it like all be on one night. Technically, they would rather it be all on Saturdays, but none of those leagues are gonna do that. So I think
With
if it was all on one night, that would probably
I think
help.
with the Guthrie League, there'll be a lesser amount of teams, so it'll be easier to make a schedule that can be 1 night a week for each division. I think with the Tri-County League, there's so many teams from everywhere and only so many fields in each town. It's almost impossible to make it 1 night for AU, 1 night for 10U, unless we utilize Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
I know what Guthrie's plan is. Their plan is 8U on Tuesday night, and then 12U on Thursday night.
Now, see, that's what Tri-County's plan was too, but then we had 75 teams and it was impossible.
So with Guthrie, are they setting any type of stipulations for like club teams?
No,
So they can come if they want?
anybody can get in.
They have to sign up.
They have to sign up through a town represented in that league.
If there's a travel ball
So
squad
still,
that plays in
your daughter plays for the
Stillwater, they have
Flames.
to come register through.
Your daughter play for the,
She's supposed to play for Flames, but I was also like thinking like for on the baseball side of it, like the A's or.
The A's would have to register through Perkins, so Perkins City Hall would get that money.
Okay.
They just have to abide by the OK Kids.
yep.
They have to meet OK Kids requirements, like the bylaws in OK Kids, which is no, you
Ages and all
only have 3 at-large players, so it can't be like 2 kids from Morrison, 2 from every. If they are all from Stillwater and Perkins is the closest OK Kids league, they can sign up through Perkins and still qualify for regionals and state.
That's what I was gonna tell you. Look, the Flames, if the Flames wanted to come in and play, they'd have to sign up through Perkins, and they could have 3 at large. So if they're gonna say Stillwater's their home, then they can only have 3 players from outside of Stillwater. And that's that way with any team coming through. Okay.
So it really can't be just random players thrown together.
Yeah, it can't be like 2 kids from Stroud, 2 from Perkins, 2 from Stillwater.
So that's gonna limit a lot of that.
That's gonna eliminate the
Only have
A's
3
easily.
kids that you pick up from a different town.
Yeah, that'll limit a lot of those travel.
Guthrie is also, I don't know if you guys know who Rebecca is, I know you do. She's gonna try to get the softball teams to sign up for is it Cal Ripken or Babe Ruth?
One or the other,
So
but you don't
they can
have,
go to like World Series tournaments, but they don't have to sign up for that. But if you register for it and then play the whole season, you can qualify for like the World Series thing in Alabama or something like that.
But Rebecca's not in charge of it.
Rebecca's not in,
No, she's not. She's just gonna make the suggestions to the softball people.
Right.
She's gonna try to get as many teams signed up for that as she can.
And I'll make a suggestion, don't do it. Because you run right back into the same thing of with 10U and 12U, that you're not gonna be teaching them the entire sport.
With Babe Ruth and Cal
With
Ripken.
Babe Ruth and
I
Cal
haven't looked at
Ripken.
that
Babe
rule
Ruth,
set.
yes, because Babe Ruth is more 14 years old and up. Cal Ripken goes up to that age bracket.
now, they do have a 14U bracket if we want to try to throw a 14U team together from Perkins. That team plays on Wednesday nights. They have a 14U bracket in Guthrie.
Tri-County was trying to get Wednesday nights opened, and we voted hard against that because we know we have a lot of church people in Perkins.
Rain out,
Rain out days will be, if you play on Tuesday and your game gets rained out, it's automatically rescheduled for the next Monday. If you play on Thursday and it gets rained out, if there's field availability, it'll be on that Monday. If not, I don't remember what they said.
The coaches have to get a hold of each other and work, and that's through Tri-County. They've already set up days.
It was,
It was Wednesday was voted out.
Yeah, and I can't remember.
So is the Guthrie thing a for sure deal? Like, that's the only hesitation, is like.
Guthrie's waiting on our decision.
they're gonna do it with or without us.
They want us.
I mean, it would drastically help them to have us. We would make up half of Guthrie's work.
For sure.
But also, who's to say what other teams they pull in? So you don't know what towns they're gonna pull in. So you could end up driving further than Tonkawa because we joined this, so we don't know.
We did decide in the meeting on whatever day Guthrie's meeting was.
Monday.
The people that were in that room, or that, like, I was just there to be a Perkins rep. If you guys vote somebody else in, that's fine. But Perkins and whoever was in that room was
Perkins, Crescent, Cashin, and Guthrie.
Guthrie, that's it. So those 4 towns would have to vote if they voted somebody in, or if Tonkawa wants to join. I think what we decided was if it grows like that, they would have to vote to divide into
East and west.
divisions, like east and west, or north and south, or whatever. If it ends up expanding, then they would have to divide.
There's a chance that we could pull Cushing in with us too.
The bylaws for that board will read the same as Tri-County's. That core group has to vote somebody in if somebody wants it. Like Tri-County just voted because Guthrie was in it last season and dropped out last second. And they tried to get back into Tri-County this season, and the board was like, no, because they screwed us last season. They came to the scheduling meeting, and we had a whole schedule built, and we had this 2.5-hour meeting. They didn't say anything, and then they got home and called Tori and dropped out.
So does that concern you?
That's what I was gonna say. That concerns me a lot, is dealing with Guthrie.
I don't know, I'm just curious.
Yeah, it's a concern. I just don't know how to tackle it.
I mean, yeah, after, that's a concern with Tori, or not Tori, but Rebecca. That she's sworn.
But I mean, I'm not as concerned about it if she's gonna be on, like, they're getting out of CVL. They've already burnt that bridge with CVL, so, and Kingfisher is the league that they were in. They burnt that bridge. So they're either gonna start their own league and run one. I don't know where I was going with that. It doesn't concern me as much with them just not doing it, no. Because they're gonna do something for spring baseball and softball. I don't see them doing all of this, creating a league, making schedule, and then saying, well, Guthrie doesn't want to do it anymore.
Especially if they can't go to Tri-County.
Another, for Crescent, they only have one, like, Parks and Rec field, and the rest of their games will be played on their high school softball field. Cashin, I think he said he has 3 or 4 fields. So in my mind, when we talked about all of that in that meeting, most of these games for the Guthrie League will either be played in Perkins or Guthrie, because there's not a whole lot of other options for fields.
Cashin says they're going to probably bring 3 teams per division in baseball and 1 team per division in softball. Guthrie says there are 4 to 5 teams per division, baseball and softball. And this is just from the notes that I took when I was at that meeting. Crescent, they're gonna have 2 teams per division baseball, 1 team per division in softball.
So that's 10 to 11 teams without Perkins.
Yeah.
It sounds like they would run a league without us.
So realistically, what happens if Guthrie backs up and we're in with these other teams? Do we have a way to bring the league together without Guthrie?
Yeah. You only need 4
We'll have to
teams.
get a hold of JT and the guys from Crescent and Cashin.
You only need 4 teams to register for OK Kids regionals.
I mean, technically Perkins could run their own. We just
So, I mean, that's, I'm,
Don't we?
that's all that, like, is there,
like that.
if,
Yeah, we have enough in Perkins just to do our own.
But we can bring in other clowns.
Right.
you know what I'm saying, but
The reason
could we bring all of them together if this didn't work out?
I think one of the reasons we didn't run our own is because everybody didn't want to play the same team over and over and over.
Yeah,
And I don't
We
want to
wouldn't
just
have-
have our own. I
No,
would
like,
bring other
I
teams.
Other, make a league is what.
I think that'd be a good thing.
Did you get
So
surrounding?
If Perkins were to start our own, I mean, you
Cushing,
might be
Ripley,
able to
Glencoe?
bring Ripley. Cushing may have a couple of teams, but other than that, I don't see.
Like, I don't think right now you could get these other towns to come in with you because they're already
Yeah.
talking with this other, but I'm saying like if the Guthrie thing doesn't work out,
Then they would, yes, Cashin and Crescent want to play, because they burnt that bridge with Kingfisher too.
Yeah, they all, well, Kingfisher was charging them $1,400 per team to register. And Cashin and Crescent asked, where's that money going? And they said, what are you gonna do, audit us?
It's already gone.
We don't have to tell you where the money's going.
It was gone.
Oh, wow.
So,
I think what I got from you is, okay, we join this league, Guthrie does something shady, backs out. Do
We can still have Cashin and Crescent come with us.
Right, so we could either take over this league and bring it to Perkins, or
Would it be too late?
how?
No, it won't be too
no, it
late.
wouldn't be too late. I think we can.
I think as
we can
long as we do
absorb.
it in the next month, it won't be too late.
Yeah, I think we can.
Well,
absorb.
we have until February 15th.
Yeah, I mean, you can't wait that long to make a decision though.
Right.
And then you've got 2 weeks to put it together.
But I want to also give us enough time to, that's the one I reached out to y'all and say, hey, what are y'all thinking? What, about a month or so ago? Give us enough time to fill this out over there, if this is where we go. And if we kind of iffy, we can pull out, and Lincoln County wants us.
I have faith that if we either join Guthrie or stay where we're at in Perkins, I don't see that Tri-County is going to stay together much longer the way that it's structured. I think it'll break apart pretty quick. Over the next year, maybe 2, I think there's going to be at least 3 to 4 more towns pull out of that league.
Even if we stay, that's probably a possibility, because from what, and Dustin can vouch for it, so Dustin and I talked about it the other night. From what I gather, it is Tonkawa, Ponca City, Newkirk, Blackwell. All 4 of those teams, all 4 of those coaches are buddy-buddy.
Yeah.
And
They all go to
Tori,
tournaments together.
Tori's buddy-buddy with the Blackwell lady.
So cool.
Whoever, yeah,
I mean, both of them, Carrie and Michelle.
but she's buddy-buddy with them. So you got 5 towns that are buddy-buddy, and I really think Tori's kind of on a little bit of a power trip. So you've already got 5 votes for however they want it to go.
That's the majority.
That's
of
the majority of your vote.
I don't, as much as I would like for it to, I don't like reasonably think that by February, we could make our own league and have enough teams.
Not by February, no.
No.
So I just, like, I feel like unless that was something we wanted to do and like wanted to like start in the summer, start like drawing up plans, getting things ready, and then like execute it, but I feel like it would just be thrown together. Cause I mean, even just to get teams that first year when we were trying, I was calling all over the place and asking and like begging, and they were like, well, you guys start it and then we'll see how it goes, and then next year if they can
Well, with
flip
that
it.
being said, there's 3 teams coming back to Perkins this
So-
year to sign up.
So the Sassa teams that are playing from Perkins through Sassa are coming back, so they say.
So
And a couple from Lincoln County are supposedly coming back as well.
I think that'd be great if we could do something. I just don't feasibly see
Right now, I don't see it
doing
being,
it that fast.
it's a year and a half, 2 years down the road.
My only concern with that would be, I mean, if we played in Tri-County for a season, okay, if we pull out of that, we didn't like it, whatever. We go to Guthrie and play there for a season, and then we do something different the next season. I mean,
That's a lot of movement.
we need to stick with something.
Yeah, like the reputation of
Yeah.
not a.
At least stick a couple of years out.
I absolutely agree.
And I, like I said, the Tri-County thing, I really believe that you have 5 towns voting on everything. I really believe that.
I don't feel like that's.
Newkirk doesn't even have any, Newkirk doesn't have any fields. So whoever plays Newkirk will have to travel halfway.
But with that being said, Newkirk, even though they don't have any fields, they voted them in as a town, so they still get to vote on everything. They get a vote on the Tri-County board now. Now, the one team from Ponca City, that's just one single team, they don't get a vote. But if they vote in an entire town, they get a vote on the board. So they voted in Newkirk as a town, but Newkirk is only bringing 2 teams. And still get a vote on the board.
Yeah. 2 softball teams.
And I get it, like Newkirk's way the heck out there. There's probably nowhere else to play up there. I get it. But, I mean, we're in the same boat. Stillwater teams, if y'all want to come play through Tri-County, come sign up through Perkins. You're 10 miles out. It's not that bad.
But as a board, I think y'all need to vote on what your recommendation would be.
So would we be voting on?
Either to stay with Tri-County
Go
or
Tri-County, do Guthrie League, or neither?
Or figure something else
figure
out.
something out before February 15th.
Or, I mean, we can also look into Lincoln County.
I had the guy's number, but after talking to people, there is an upper division and lower division. At the end of the season, they all come together and play for that bid to regionals.
There were just in the 8.
Say Lincoln County does not do double headers, right? They
Very seldom. It was like
they
if
do
it's
like
bad weather.
16 games, but it's not double headers, right?
So was it 2 nights a week then?
Sometimes, yeah.
See, I would.
Not every week, but
You said Guthrie is double headers?
Yeah, both games count.
So both of your games would count towards standings, so it kind of eliminates the other coach or any coach, either coach saying, "Nah, we're done. We don't want to play anymore. We're just gonna go home."
And if you forfeit that second game, it's a
6
13-0
o'clock and a
win.
7:30 game.
Yeah, in the Guthrie League, forfeits are gonna be 13-0 instead of 1-0, so it'll hurt your standings a lot more.
I personally prefer, I don't know, I think we're a really small town where all the kids are very busy. I mean, I know everybody on here's kids are really busy. I don't know and maybe I'm speaking out of line, I don't know, but like, I feel like for most people, it'd be better to play on one night versus traveling 2 nights a week, or playing double the games spread out.
And I think,
I don't know, I might be, like I said, maybe that's not for everybody.
with that being said, I think Ripley and Glencoe are in the same boat, because the Glencoe coaches have kind of communicated that their town's not very well off, so driving to Blackwell once a week was rough. Then end of season tournament, they had to do it 3 or 4 times. They couldn't afford to do it, so they would just send the kids with the coaches. So that's why I was saying, I think in the next couple of seasons, Tri-County is gonna break apart.
Are we voting on this tonight?
Yeah, I do like the idea of the double headers, and I like the idea of both of them counting.
I like the idea of moving away from Tri-County.
I think it raises the level of competition.
It does.
And I totally understand the second game not counting. It does get some of those kids that don't get to play very much
We always
on
won
the
the
field.
second game though.
If you all do not want to vote on it, then you do not have to take an action.
But if we don't,
Guthrie's waiting on you though.
but if we don't, we're waiting until.
Until
Well, next month.
January.
Right now, we're in a league. We have that secured. Tri-County's not going anywhere.
Unless we file for it.
Unless you file for, but you're 2 weeks away from Christmas.
What are the rules on filing for a special?
I think we need 24 or 48 hours. I can't remember which.
You have to post.
It's a special meeting.
48 sounds right.
So we're looking at
Yeah, so
48
you can
hours
have time to
out.
put it out and.
So, I don't know. I have enough information that I would vote tonight. I don't know how many people feel that way. I said I have enough information that I would vote tonight, but I don't know if
It's up to you.
everybody.
But it's just one of those deals.
If you don't find, I don't have an issue waiting either, but I'm just saying, I would be a number to vote.
Should we vote if we vote?
Yeah.
I make a motion to vote.
Yeah, let's vote.
Unless, that's what I was trying to do.
I'm saying, should we vote if we vote? I wasn't actually trying to be funny, but it's for real.
No, I agree. I mean, as long as everybody feels comfortable making a vote.
Yeah.
Is it that we
Do it out
don't
loud?
have enough for a quorum to vote,
Huh?
technically?
You said
So if 4 people are ready to vote, then you vote? I don't know.
we just say what we want?
Yeah, go down the line.
Well, somebody will need to make a motion to switch leagues, essentially.
I make a motion to switch leagues from Tri-County to Guthrie. Is that right?
Yes. Anybody want a second?
Second.
Okay, Megan?
Yes.
Courtney?
I'll have to vote.
I mean, you can abstain.
Yeah, you can abstain from it.
No, I'll vote no. So Megan, you said yes, correct? Okay. Courtney, you said no. Dustin?
Yes.
Kayon?
You can abstain too, just meaning.
Can I just say one thing? Or do I have to just say yes or no? Do we have a backup plan if it does fail?
What,
Well, that's kind of what we just,
backup plan if what happens? Like if this doesn't work out with Guthrie?
Yeah.
I'll pull Cashin and Crescent and we'll just do it between the three towns. There's still enough teams to do it.
that's what we were saying earlier. Like if Guthrie were to
If
put
we
something shady and we're like, heck no, we don't like Guthrie, or Guthrie says peace out, do we cash in?
Themselves, cash in.
Crescent still want to play Ripley and Glencoe.
Sasa's also always an option for teams to get rid of.
Okay.
Do that. That's what Jody and I were asking earlier.
Okay.
You're good.
Do what you feel in your heart.
The majority say yes. I go yes.
Okay, Ashley?
Yes. I am answering. Right. Did
Yeah.
you mean me?
You.
Even though I made the motion?
Yeah, you still have to. Yeah, you still have to.
Yes, sorry.
Still have to go through it, I know. Lene
Yes.
and Jody.
Yes.
It's best. Sorry, Courtney. Sorry.
All good.
Trent, I
Good
got a
with leaving
question.
the county.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I just wish we had.
That, if you switch leagues, you guys still want me to do all that, or do you guys want to vote for somebody else to do it?
I would, as the park and rec guy, I'll be at the meetings. But I also would like, if he's willing to, have Dustin as my softball rep.
Well, we can't do that because it's not on the agenda, right? I knew you were about to say.
I know, that's why I was thinking, like, can we talk about this? I was just thinking, I was
That's
like,
a whole other thing that we can't.
I mean, I don't mind still doing it.
in January, we can talk about this.
Yeah. In January, we can talk about that.
I believe, I mean, okay. You have to hustle.
We can't.
Okay.
We're not kicking you out.
So for right now, if
I was getting ready to. I was like,
switch to Guthrie, I'll just handle whatever until you guys vote again.
all right. Good on that one. We're good. All right. 8, consideration and discussion regarding City of Perkins sponsorship application and agreement form for Parks and Recreation banner sponsors. Trent, all right.
Yeah, we did, that was the whole discussion that took up all our meeting.
Sorry. Hold on. I didn't change my notes when we added that. Okay, sorry. Carry on. Never mind.
Listen, don't make me put my stuff together now.
Now that it has been approved by the commission, you all have a copy of what the banner sponsors are and the benefits and everything and what they can and cannot do. Starting here in about 2 weeks, I'm going to start handing these out to businesses, Perkins and Stillwater. If you all have some businesses and you want to take some, let me know. I will get copies to you. But each one of you have a copy of it right now to look over everything. So if there's any questions on it, feel free to ask. I'll answer them the best I can.
And this is an annual.
This is just for the sponsors of the banners that's going on the fences.
Right. But is it an annual payment or as long
Annual.
as they last?
Annual payment. I will take them, if they don't renew by January 1, I will go through January 2nd and take the banners down.
I have a dumb question. Can I still talk? I have a dumb question. If somebody buys the annual banner and it's for the baseball fields, but it's annual and you have basketball, does it go in the gym too?
No. For the father-daughter dance, I have other forms to fill out. For shirt sponsors, I got forms to fill out. This is just strictly for the banner sponsors that hang on Dixon Park and Peters Park fences.
Okay, so you said banners do not transfer for sports, right?
Right.
So this is strictly for,
To help improvement of our parks, our baseball fields and stuff.
So, do we need to put on here somewhere that this is strictly
It should say,
on here? Thing it.
it should say on there that I will put them on the fences at Dixon and Peters. I know it's supposed to.
Oh, yeah, not transferring.
Oh, and then that might be in the whole policy part of it. That's right. I didn't bring that part.
Which I can email that to all of you.
Okay, I appreciate that.
There's like another 7-page that I did not
It will
bring.
be riveting.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
If you understand it, you should be a lawyer.
That's fine.
I thought like with banners, like we made them just, I could go from the individual thing. You know, the backboard.
Does these go? I don't know, Trent, my only concern is, and I don't know, like the high school banners, all of those, they're like $300 for a year. For softball, it's $300 for an entire year.
I was told they were paying 15.
No. I paid $300 for a football one, paid $300 for a basketball one, and I paid $300 for a softball one that was for a whole year. That was for 2 seasons technically.
Okay.
So I feel like 800 might just be kind of like.
Okay, and that's fine.
steep,
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Did it depend on the size? Like,
No, they're all the same size.
okay, never mind, I'm thinking.
Somebody told me they paid 1,500 for them.
There were options for 1,500 if you wanted other things included.
Okay, that's what they told me. They paid 15. So I thought all those sponsorships were 1,500 out there.
It was like banner
The
and.
banners were 300.
Okay.
Do you have to pay for to print the banner and then just give it to them to hang it?
No, they print the banners. $300.
I know, I got a
I don't even know if
4x4
I'm
banner
supposed to.
printed and it was $120.
Yeah.
You pay $300, they do the banner. If they can use the banner more than 1 year, they don't, then great, then that's just more money
Right.
that they have.
Right.
And then they replace them as they're needed, if you do it more than 1
I think it
year.
was like for football, like it was the banner plus if you want to do like the scoreboard, that would be more, right? That
Yeah,
was,
that's
like
like
a whole other bracket.
$2,500 or something.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I think it was around 300 is what we were told for softball, but we could raise for the.
I don't know. I feel like it might be a lot if they're not like going for different, like several, you know what I mean? I don't know.
Well, the 300, you will be recognized in all Parks and Rec events. Or for the 800.
Right.
For the silver, you get 1, and then for the 300, you don't get any of this. You just get the banner.
So isn't that what you paid, Lenny? 300 for a banner?
Yes.
So that's the same, you just get more with the higher.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same. 300 for just a banner.
Okay.
And you get it for 2 seasons because you're gonna get spring and fall.
Yeah. It's gonna be for.
I was just thinking like 800 just sounds like a lot of money.
But that's gonna be, you're gonna get
You
any,
don't have to get that.
Right.
You don't have to do that packet.
so you'll get, what if we do any, you can do
Like a large company could do 800.
Yeah, for sure.
slideshows or whatever at different events and things that will have displays of.
Movie in the park and stuff. would be
Movie in the
displayed
park.
and-
Exactly.
Gotcha.
For any programs or anything, we'll have it printed or whatever. Okay.
Yeah. if we do the Halloween deal again, they'll be on that. If they do the 800, the father-daughter, I have a separate deal for that, but if they do the 800 sponsorship, they get, I said, but yeah, whatever events that we have, if you do the 800, you're gonna be on every event. I'm gonna get a little sign made for your business as well with that 800 and.
For your recognition?
Yep.
Okay.
I think the form looks really good.
Mm-hmm, I do too.
I'm glad we paid the attorney to do it.
Yeah, Rachel and the city attorney.
Rachel and the city attorney were over this with a fine tooth comb.
I think it looks good.
And so you have one that looks like this for basketball, all the things, right? Is that what you're saying?
No, this is just for hanging on the fences, right?
Right, but what I'm saying is
I
there's an
have one-
application for all the other sports.
For different
different
sponsorships, so he has,
I can for basketball and stuff like that. I didn't think about it. But I have it for the father-daughter dance. It'll be for the mother-son dance if we do something like that. For any movie in the park, we will have something like this to fill out. I've got it all. If we want to do one for basketball sponsors, I can do that as well. I gotta just change. It's a real.
You gotta get
simple-
approval to put banners up too.
Yeah, that'd be kind of hard for me.
In the gym or.
Right, and that's why I didn't do because we have that one that we just hang in the one gym. I didn't worry
Yeah,
about.
this is just for banners at the fields, basically.
Yeah.
The form will be almost essentially the same
It's
for
gonna-
any other.
Just the
Yes.
information will
I've
change.
changed some of the wording for the father-daughter dance. When I start pushing that, I will get to that here in a minute.
perfect.
I think we would need to let people know, like, you know, they would need to be it pretty soon if they want their banner for the whole.
And that's why I'm,
Yeah.
yeah.
Just because some people
We
are,
wanna put it out, yeah, exactly.
pay for it on January 1st, and it's like, they want it there.
Right, right,
you know?
right.
But, no, I think it looks good.
Good job.
To do anything.
Do you think you'll get as many, like, since it's not for multiple things? Because I know so many people do banners and things for other sports through the school. Do you think businesses are gonna feel bombarded? Like, is there a way to even up the price a little bit and let it be used for all the things? Or is that a silly I don't know. I'm just,
What I'll do is I'll sell event sponsorships as well.
I don't think there's a way to up it and move.
Yeah.
Move the
And
thing.
and the thing is, I'm not staying just in the Perkins towns,
okay,
Perkins businesses. I'm gonna hit Stillwater with it too.
okay, I got you.
So I mean, because
Yeah,
90% of our kids have family.
We have a lot of, yeah.
Stillwater.
yeah.
I mean, so,
That area.
but I've talked to some of the Stillwater businesses and they said they're willing to.
All right. Number 9, consideration, discussion, and possible action regarding concession volunteer scheduling for December 14th, Perkins Community Chamber of Commerce Old Fashioned Country Christmas.
Okay, I finally got the permission they said they haven't had one down there. And according to Chris, that nobody's done concession stands. So I'm gonna open up the concession stand. We'll have hot chocolate, coffee, hot cider, and just concessions. I'm planning on being there working it if y'all wanna sign up to work, but y'all can have your families there. I'm not, my kids are older than that, so I'm not, you see what I'm saying? But if y'all wanna help with it, next Thursday.
What time?
I don't
Yes,
have a
there's a
time.
six.
What time it
I
starts?
do not.
6-ish,
Is it 6-ish?
sure. I'm guessing, but I'm sure that's right.
Well, we can.
Okay, and it's just one of those, if y'all are down there and you wanna help, that's great. I'll have it all set up and ready to go. There's nothing really to do other than try to find some popcorn to sell because there's no popcorn in the state of Oklahoma right now, apparently. For my popcorn machines.
End up drinking.
Sam's was sold out. My other place I get them sold out. So I'm gonna hit the city Friday and see if I can find some popcorn somewhere.
Have you tried Kinman?
They have the,
Oh,
They used to have,
Chris has
they used to have machines. I'm not for sure. I don't know if they could order it for you.
but that's what, like I said, if y'all, just letting y'all know that concession's gonna be there. If you wanna step in and work for a little bit, great. If not, it's still gonna be there.
I won't be able to be, it says 5 to 8.
5 to 8.
but I'll be able to be here for 6. I can be here for 5:30.
5 seems awful early.
I know, right? That's what I was thinking.
Good. People are not even gonna be off work by 5. But that's just, like I said, because Cassie said that she, as far as she knew, nobody's ever done it before down there.
I don't know. I've seen them do it.
Concessions.
I didn't even know there was a concession stand there till Halloween.
Yeah,
I don't either know, but
it's not a very good concession. It's not set up very well for concessions.
just need to have a sign there that's, because it, no, I mean, no one goes
Yeah.
outside really unless it'll be back there.
Yeah, it's just that little brick building right there. Yeah.
All right. I don't know what action doing this.
Nothing. I just letting you all know on that one.
All right. 10, consideration, discussion, and possible action to select a date for the Daddy-Daughter Valentine's Day dance. Trent.
Let's see when, because we try to do that around Valentine's, I'm assuming, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're either looking at the 10th or the 17th.
So I will tell you, just as a dance mom, a lot of studios start their competition season mid-February. And I mean, I'm not saying you have to work it around them, but I just know a lot of girls who are involved in dance will be gone the 16th and the 23rd.
Okay, so they'll be gone the 16th, so they'll be gone basically the middle of February.
Yeah.
From the 10th on.
Last year we did it the third weekend in February.
I might have it.
It should be the 7th.
It's the 17th or the 18th. State wrestling.
Okay, that's what I was just having Kay on.
We did it.
I would look at the 10th.
I was gonna say, that we've just had, every year we have a complaint, because we do have female wrestlers who would
Right.
love to come, but they're at state, so they're not able to come, so that's what I was just asking about.
10th is the Tri-County Girls Leagues tournament.
It was last year too.
Yeah.
What if you,
That was the boys.
Okay. What if we do it on well,
Because they're separate weekends. It's the girls, the
what
The
if
boys
you
is a
kicked it off in February, like February 3rd?
Yeah, what if we did it early?
we can bump it to the 3rd.
That first weekend?
Really don't matter to me. That's why I want to get something down now so we can.
I would not be here to help on the 3rd. Not that it matters if we have it that day, but we would not be here.
I'll be here for sure that weekend.
My kids wouldn't be here either.
Your kids wouldn't be here.
Is that gonna?
Not that it's not based on but no, we would not be here on the 3rd, so I would not be available to help set up.
Are you on that whole time like
basketball games, but it was
Thursday
the
through
evening.
Saturday.
Okay.
It's a very large picture.
And I tried to get a hold of Tyler, and he could not tell me when all
They're
the.
just regular scheduled games, but they'll be over
Okay.
on the 3rd.
There's games. Yeah.
I was gonna say, yeah, Coops.
I just, I know that the 10th is also, it's the girls' games and it's the local livestock show.
Mm.
Most of those kids are older, but it does start 3rd graders, but most of them are older. I don't know.
Feels a little bit like the 3rd, right?
And that,
And to get away from basketball on the 10th.
But there's a giant, I mean, how many people are gonna be gone at the big show though?
yeah, trying to get around dance competition, basketball, state wrestling, ag. I mean, I'm good with whatever date.
We're not gonna please everybody, that's for sure. But
Right.
It's gonna be hard.
But if the 3rd pleases 90% of it,
yeah.
then let's go with that route. And I will go
Okay with
tomorrow and check I will make sure that the buildings are available on the 3rd of February.
For your girls' team if
Is
necessary.
there enough people to help on the 3rd? I mean,
There is, but like how, I mean, looking at it on the ag side of it, with as many girls that I know that are gonna be in this age range that would still come to the dance, that show. Is there?
so the Oklahoma Breeders show is that weekend from Thursday through Saturday. That's what's going on that weekend. Now, that's only gonna affect
That's what I was saying,
people
like,
who show pigs. So, whether, yeah. The deal is, no matter when you do it, it's gonna.
Right.
There's something gonna be a conflict.
Well, that's why I was saying, like, if we're picking a poison, like, who's it gonna affect the least? Like, how many kids,
honestly,
the least are gonna, you know,
and some of them may be back.
It'll be.
Do we go that late?
Saturday's the main day, yeah.
You got baseball stuff on your
Did you
agenda?
say Saturday is the
Y'all can go.
only day that's busy, or that's not?
Sorry, guys.
Thank you all.
Thanks, God.
Thank you.
But yeah, the date really, I mean, that's why I wanted, so I can start planning now, because
Right.
I want to get out ahead of stuff as early as possible.
You know, things
I
put
don't
up.
know, really a good way to switch it from Saturday to like a Friday evening, right?
I was thinking it's Sunday evening.
I was gonna say Saturday or Sunday afternoon evening. I think it'd be harder, but I don't think it's out of the question.
I mean, because
And it can't be after Thanksgiving, so after,
Valentine's Day.
yeah, why can't it be after Valentine's Day? I'm gonna say Thanksgiving.
know. You didn't almost say, you just said.
We have it after Thanksgiving. I'm in.
Oh, we can't have it after.
That's what she was saying, is then you start getting into all the dance.
you don't do the dance stuff then.
And that's what she was saying.
Their dance will be.
Have to.
I know
Last weekend?
2 of the studios around here are gonna be gone the weekend of the 17th and the 24th for dance competitions. So if that's 2 here, I'm assuming that takes out all the girls that dance for Stillwater.
What about March 2nd?
So I don't worry about the Stillwater one as much, because they did their own.
They do their own, yeah.
Yeah, March 2nd. Everybody should be able to be to that one.
Yeah, I won't be there.
Oh, gosh.
It's my birthday. I'm sorry. I love you.
You are Marchie.
I mean, do what you need to do. I just can't commit to helping with it at all.
Yeah.
Like, not even set up or nothing, which is fine. I mean, we got enough people.
Let me see, is this?
I mean, I'm okay with doing it like on the 4th at like 2 or 4 or.
Are we splitting it up in age groups again?
Yes.
Cause you could do a Sunday afternoon, like your 2 o'clock time, and then
Like a 2 o'clock and a 4
like 2
o'clock?
to 4, and then a 4:30 to. or
6:30,
however you do it, yeah.
6:30 to 8:30.
How many age groups are we doing?
It's 3
Are there 3 groups?
We didn't do age groups, we just did times.
time slots.
Oh,
Yeah,
That's a lot of dancing for me.
it actually, yeah.
You can cut a ticket from like one time slot.
Yeah, like last year we sold tickets per time slot.
Which was great, because like some people have kids in 2 time spots.
That's true.
Yeah.
Or like had something going on one, so one at another time. The earliest one was the least attended, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Or was it the last one? I don't know.
That's the last one was.
They were all pretty busy.
last
They
one
were
was
full
packed.
enough, they all
They
were.
were all pretty
I was
busy.
gonna buy what y'all, cause
I don't think we would go back to 2.
No, I like the 3.
No, I think you need 3.
Yeah, it's less chaotic. Yeah, I like it.
Let's do Sunday the 4th, anyone?
Does that work for
Sunday,
you, Renee? Would you
February
guys,
4th?
would your girls be able to?
Sunday,
Because I know it's
February
also
4th.
important, because your girl, you know what I mean?
I mean, I
have
don't
so
ever
many
want
years.
something, well, I don't, this is for what works best for Perkins, not what works
Well, I
best
know.
for So,
I
I
mean, I'm
mean,
just saying, like, as a mom, like, you would,
Oh, she was there.
do you think Sunday would work for the community? Like,
Oh, Sunday.
I think a Sunday afternoon would be okay.
I think it would be after, as long as it's after a church.
yeah.
If we started like at 2:30, 3 o'clock, that way everybody can get home from church.
And that gives them still plenty of time to eat lunch
Yeah.
and get all dolled up.
So then if that's the case, if we did it on a Sunday, would we want to do it on the 4th or Sunday the 11th, right before Valentine? Like,
Oh, closer.
because it's close. Like, I mean, I don't care, but if Sundays,
I feel like we should do
You
it on
say the 11th, that weekend's girls basketball?
okay.
and I don't know, is that,
We played till
Is
like
it one
Sunday
day or
night.
2 days?
No, it's the whole
I've never done
weekend.
it.
Okay,
The
so
whole
then that
weekend.
Let's just do it on the 4th then.
Yeah,
4th is better.
So, and then we had, what did we do? Did we do an hour and a half dance and then 30 minutes?
break, because that let us
Clean up
clean
and-
up and then
restock.
restock everything. And that also gave time for him to run and get more supplies.
That's not gonna happen this year.
Too many.
I'm just saying.
Listen, we tried to warn people.
Because here, I'm looking at like doing cheese and cracker trays and meat just the
Charcuterie stuff.
yes, and sugar cookies.
Hey, don't forget the brownies. Keep those. Don't change that up.
I missed out on the brownies last
No,
year.
you didn't. It was brownie bites.
Oh, no, I remember those.
Don't take that out.
Motion, can I make a motion?
Yes, you
That
can.
is.
Can I make a motion that we do the daddy-daughter dance on February 4th?
Yes,
Times to be figured out, snacks to be figured out later.
I second.
Love it. Who's second? I'm sorry.
Leon?
Megan?
Yes.
Courtney?
Yes.
Dustin?
Yes.
Leon?
Yes.
Ashley? Yes. Renee? Yes. And Jody?
February 4th.
Sweet.
Next.
All right, 11, consideration discussion regarding resolution 26-2023 relating to the special election called by the mayor and city commissioners for February 13th, 2024.
Play. What? It's gonna be called play.
I was thinking-
That's what I'm gonna get the signs made up as. Perkins Library and Youth. It's gonna be a 1/2 cent sales tax. A quarter of it goes to the library, and a quarter of it goes to Parks and Rec. If it gets passed, each gets about 100. They'll get at least 100,000 a year,
Guaranteed or just?
guaranteed.
No.
Well, whatever the
It's not guaranteed. That's what the financial
Oh, yeah.
It's
person
a percentage of
estimated.
tax. So if people spent less money, it could be less. But
Right.
if they spent more
But if we
money, it could
continue
be
to
more.
grow,
Continue to spend what we're spending.
But if it's consistent, then it'd be at least.
Especially we having games here and
it's
everything.
like if we
Right.
continue to bring more people in and more.
So they're looking-
events, then
it's gonna be-
It's gonna go.
About $1 million over 10 years into the Perkins Library Fund. Get their part of it in the. Yeah, wherever we are.
Parks and Rec.
Thank you.
In here?
Education.
The way I understand it, our vote is separate than the
Yes,
library vote.
yes,
So you can vote on one or the other. You-
yes.
Or both.
Yeah, we don't have
It's
to.
a quarter percent for Parks and Rec, a 1/4% for.
How much is the
library.
tax increase?
1/2 cent.
So a 1/2 cent total. And Bob told me that still puts us like not higher than anyone around us. Right now, we're the lowest.
Yeah, to around, like Stillwater's.
And even if
Way
those are
higher than-
passed, we'll still be lower than three other surrounding communities.
I think the one we'd be closest to would be Cushing. Well, might be over. I can't remember. I forgot the ground. I
I
got
don't wanna
the,
lie to you, cause it's all running together.
yeah.
I think it would be good to have a subcommittee for this because we're really gonna have to, I've talked to a lot of people about like how they get like bond issues passed and things like that. And what's gonna be really, really, really hard about this is our out-of-town people do not get to vote. So Dustin doesn't get to vote, she doesn't get to vote, I don't get to vote, you don't get to vote,
I don't get to vote.
you don't get to vote. Well, you do right now.
I will for now.
Yeah. So you think about like where people live that are playing there's not a lot of people that live in city limits versus our school district.
That's crazy.
So, I mean, we're gonna have to get real creative on trying to get the older population and those people on board. It's gonna be hard,
And that's why I'm getting those signs made. It says,
getting people to go vote.
yeah.
We need to make sure we're getting the word out to them, like pushing it in social media. We need to make sure we're getting
Yes.
it out through any.
That means because the
means-
older population, they read the newspapers. That means
Well-
there needs to be a flyer every single week.
And Bob's gonna put something on the end of on the bills every month from,
We need it there. We need it in the stores.
I mean, the big thing is we're gonna need to
One in
be-
the newspaper.
Advertising.
We're gonna need to be talking to people
Yeah.
a
We
lot.
Well, and like what was in the newspaper, what I read was the very back, and I mean, I'm a little bit of a weirdo and I read the whole thing, but not a lot of people do read all through like the legal stuff of it. Like they don't look at all of that. So
Everybody reads the obits. Come on.
yeah. So like having something towards more of the front of the paper would be beneficial, in my opinion. Whatever we need to
Rick
do.
also told me that I could probably put something up at the library, at the bank, because people walk in and read that. That age group of people still go in there and read that.
Listen, I go in
It
there.
needs to be- it needs to catch their eye. Something that's eye catching.
Yeah, and it's gonna be at City Hall, It's gonna be, I got permission to put it before.
The brew, Wandering Brew.
Wandering Brew will let
We
me,
just need you guys to just.
We
Yeah, we will
Oh,
talk
can,
about
print,
it. Yeah,
um,
we will talk to it. Like, I will absolutely.
you can print a list of people, you can print a list of registered voters for in town of Perkins. I did that before, whenever, during the city commission things when Carla was running. You can
See the
like,
you can get a registration list, yeah.
somehow get, basically it went into like an Excel sheet. And I think we could like look at that and talk to people, cause I think, I don't know, it's gonna be really hard, like harder than we think.
Is there also a way to see like a list of people who have, like, that play sports, like Park and Rec sport that are in
yeah, I
town?
have every person that signs up, I have their address.
So if we can get that information and maybe send them a flyer.
At that point in time, I think it's when
Enough letters.
we get closer to it,
Yeah.
I'll probably put some in January, and I'll probably put some in the Wednesday folders in February.
Text.
So what is this money gonna be used for with Parks and Rec? So that we
Then-
can have a conversation.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right,
We gotta have a plan.
fence work,
What we're selling.
lighting work, field work. That's gonna take a bunch of, build another softball field possibly, which I would take where the playground is down there at Dixon. I would take that playground, move it up on top of the hill that didn't even get used because it's so infested with stickers. And put that softball field right there. Be a 10-U softball field.
Tell her we're gonna put this,
I think
put them in the sticker pack.
we need to make sure that we're also doing things for our parks.
Right.
And like maybe even consider, like, even if it's something like the McCutcheon Gym or something like that, to
We
have a
need-
couple
we
of
need
our
more,
own
yeah.
places like that, that aren't fancy necessarily.
But
But
something
if
that's,
that kind of money, you can do things like that. I just wanna make sure that we're reaching more than just softball and baseball.
Right.
yeah. I think we're, yeah.
That's the other thing is-
we can, yeah.
Because it would make it a whole lot easier for Parks and Rec basketball, not to have to rely on the schools.
Right.
Like, I feel like we need to know, like, have something with like a plan to present to people.
Because Bob asked me for a deal, and there was storage, parking at all the fields, fencing at all the fields. The Lions Den reached out and asked if if we need a playground equipment. I said, no, but this is where we're at. So she put it on their agenda to try to help us raise money for new fences as well. But I would like to build whatever we need to build, and I was also informed that if it does pass, then we can take a loan out against it and pay it back that way, too.
As we get it. We can do things soon.
But I just don't know if we built a gym, I don't know where we'd be able to put it right now.
I mean, right now we don't have a location, but eventually it'd be nice because then when we do the dances and things like that, if we had concessions in there, that's a much larger
Right.
location that we could hold more people for larger events.
Right.
I think, I don't know, there could even be the potential of like a citizen donating a portion of land as a tax write-off or things like that.
Very likely.
They could.
I know a couple of people that have done that in Perkins.
If we had the ability to use it for something like that.
Right, and it would be, whatever we would like to use it for, it would go for that. Anything to benefit the Parks and Rec. Because then, honestly, at that point in time, if we built something like that, like an armory or something, then we could eventually have volleyball, adult volleyball.
Yeah, I was like, I mean, if we can start with one thing, like, we can eventually build up more.
Right.
And to cater more to our community.
Right.
Just move it around.
That's the thing on that. We really need to get that pushed through.
The money can't go anywhere else in
Right.
City Hall.
No.
It's got a broad use within parks, but it's only for Parks and Rec.
Yep. It's not to pay a salary. It's not to pay anything other than putting back into our parks and our program.
Look at more things.
Yeah.
We can even, I mean, with that, not an incentive, but when you're talking to people, you can be like, and if you have a suggestion of something you would like to see brought, like, that we could, add to the list of things that we are wanting to do and expand in. Oh, at least they feel like they're being heard too. Like you're not just going, "Hey, vote for this." It's, "Hey, what's your thoughts? What are your opinions? How can you? What do you see us doing and expanding in?"
Just a lot of people, like, for instance, they like to see what they're gonna get.
Right.
Yeah. No, I'm a more of a visual
What
person, so.
am I paying for? What I'm getting? What I'm.
I don't know if we could get some kind of a flyer made and start distributing that, or do we want, like, I don't know, where do we go with it?
Yes. We can wait for that, so we want to
Are you
consider.
gonna make a flyer like the next one? Will you distribute that or send it out to us when you do so we can?
Yeah, now that I know they got Canva. But yes, I will distribute that. And if y'all want to, like, in anything I send out like that, please say, "Hey, Trent, this looks like crap. Let's go this route." Because you're not gonna hurt my feelings. I'm not a decorative person. I'm black and white. Just here's what we're doing.
I'll tell you, it's not flashy enough.
All right.
I mean, are we just,
Yeah, that was just discussion on that.
Okay.
do we want a group to? I didn't know if we want a group together of like making a plan to distribute that stuff, if we're just gonna put that kind of like Trent distribute it.
I mean, you can, but you can't like vote on, you guys can form a subcommittee
Right.
anytime you want.
But I don't know if people want that or not really. I don't know. I just feel like this is gonna be harder to make pass than what we think it is.
I think it would be extremely hard.
And
Oh, I
so
think
I
it
think
is.
it's gonna be more work than just handing out a flyer.
It's gonna be extremely hard.
Are we allowed to have like science dinners, you know, like on
Bring on them high school kids.
Listen,
I mean,
on voting day, I'd absolutely go stand on the corner and be like,
when there's only 200 votes in the whole town. I mean,
Yeah. I have majority of it.
All right. We good? Any other questions, concerns, comments? Nope. All right. 12, new business under open meeting act. This agenda item is authorized only for matters not known about, or which could not have been reasonably foreseen prior to the time of posting the agenda or any revised agenda. Nope. I move to adjourn.
Second.
Yes.
And I knew
Hold
with the
on, you have
base-
to stay for, no, Megan,
Yes.
Courtney, Dustin,
Yes.
Naon.
Yes.
Ashley.
Yes.
Lene and Jody.
Somebody vote no.
Lene, sorry,
Somebody vote no.
and Jody.
I don't know.
Jody, did you say yes? I'm sorry. Go. Get out of here. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh.
she's got that mom body.
that's right.
And I knew with the baseball stuff, there was gonna be a longer.
Ragu.
This is what's happening when they were talking. This is how long she's been waiting. I was like, go.
She could step out.
I know. I don't think she knew that. She didn't believe me.
So Trent, if you want me to do some stuff to help you with that.
Anything that you'll want.
Like,
Yeah.
Same.